Hello, everybody. Welcome to another edition. Oh, microphone's a little far away. There we go. Hi, if you're watching on YouTube and if you're listening on your podcast, I hope everybody's having a great holiday. Now, last week we crowned the Christmas movie champion with our tournament. Ashley Clark, my good friend, was able to join us. It was a fun conversation talking Christmas movies. We talked about strip clubs. We talked about breaking the bed. My wife and I breaking the bed. So if you haven't had a chance to listen to that episode, make sure you go and listen to it. It's really entertaining. It's really funny. Now, I did mention that this week I was going to talk to some friends about camping. Unfortunately, the scheduling did not line up, so we were not able to get that conversation in. Now, it's still on the agenda. Don't worry. See, look, I got my piece of paper right there, my notebook of all of my topics and everything I want to discuss. It's all there, okay? Now, I was trying to think, okay, what can I talk about here today, right? So there's a lot coming up. You know, you got New Year's, you got Christmas. We talk about 2020. I want to do a 2020 in review. Not really talking about, just want to talk about like some of the crazy things that have happened. You know, the good, the bad, and the ugly. You know, I just want to talk about it all. That will more than likely happen the last week of December. Looking to see if I can get a guest on to discuss and share and just laugh at some of these things that have been going on. So I thought to myself, okay, well, what can I talk about? And I was going through my notebook here, and I wrote down a lot of different things. You know, I wrote down show topics, you know, guests I'd like to have on eventually, you know, things like that. I've written down a lot of stuff, and even breaking down the Christmas tournament here. This is my handy dandy, you know, notebook that has all that fun stuff in there. But then, you know, I kept thinking to myself, okay, what can I talk about? So I'm looking at the topics and the guests I want to have on, and, you know, I have some stories from doing Uber that I feel like are going to be really fun to do. But that's not going to be anytime soon. You know, I got to get some more. I got to get good content, you know, to talk about. But I came to a page, and I thought, you know, this is fun, you know, because everybody talks about resolutions, you know, toward the end of the year, and it's, you know, what's kind of annoying is the whole new year, new me, you know, and I get it, you know, and I've said this for as long as I can remember. If you want to improve yourself and be better, don't wait till the fucking beginning of the year. Do it right then and there. Like, if it's July, September, October, I don't give a shit if it's December. If you're like, man, I need to get better, I'll wait till January. I'll wait till the new year. New year, new me. And if you're gonna procrastinate and just push it away, you know, you're never gonna do it. It's never gonna happen. So, but I wrote down something here, because in my brain, I was like, man, I have a bucket list of things. Like, there's things I want to do. And I kept thinking, I was like, oh, that's kind of like a bucket list item. And I wrote 2021 bucket list, but it's not like I'm only going to do these in 2021. But eventually I like to do them. And of course, if I end up doing some of these things, I plan on documenting it here on the show. So I thought, you know what, that's a good topic to talk about, right? What's your bucket list? You know, what is your bucket list? What is something that's on that list that you would love to achieve, whether it's in 21, next week, next 5 years, or before you die, whatever it is, right? A bucket list is basically making sure you knock these things off your list before you die, before you kick the bucket, so to speak. So I have my bucket list of things I'd like to do, and I wrote down 21 because I'm like, I think 21 would be a good chance to try to knock some of these out, but you never know I don't know if I'll be able to or not. And some of these that were on my list, the things that I kept thinking about, I'm like, you know, most people try to do this for, you know, a living or because this is their dream. Me, I'm just like, I just want to do it because, why not, right? It's not that bad. So I'm going to share my bucket list, okay? I'm going to share my bucket list, which I've never written it down before. I've had some things in my brain, but I've never written down a bucket list before. So I decided, all right, today's the day, you know, or a couple weeks ago I decided. So I have about 8 things here that's on a bucket list item, and I realize one of them is actually more of a goal than a bucket list type of thing, but I'll share it anyways. So that way, if you're listening, you can say, okay, I need people to go do this and help him out. But the first one, so I'm a huge fan of the show Scrubs, okay? I've watched Scrubs when it was live, you know, in syndication. It cracks me up. It makes me laugh. I got my wife into it, you know, got all the DVDs. My little girl even enjoys it, you know, even she will sing the little theme song is I'm no Superman, and it's adorable, you know, it's so flippin' adorable. Well, I listen to their podcast. It's called Fake Doctors, Real Friends, and it's a great podcast, and it's very different than Office Ladies. I love the Office Ladies podcast because I love The Office, but it's a different kind of dynamic, and I think that's why I enjoy it so much. It's because I feel like that's the type of conversations I have with my friends. we come in with like, okay, we're going to do this. We're going to talk about this. And then it just flies off the hinges. Like we talk about all these other things and rant and rave and so many different things. So I decided, okay, I would like to be a guest on their podcast because you can write into the show and they'll have you live on there. And there's all these incredible stories of nurses and doctors and people like saying, oh my God, your show was so great. It was awesome. And I think to myself, okay, I would love to write in and actually share, why I love Scrubs. And then, really ask them, and you get to ask them a question and sometimes you're shooting the shit. It's a great podcast, so go check it out. That's on the top of my bucket list. I'd like to make it as a guest on their show. That would be so much fun for me because I feel like those are guys that would be my friends. Like if they weren't famous or if we ever met, like I feel like we would be buddies too, I'm not saying we'd be the best of friends, but believe me, if we all hung out together, we would have fun and joke around and just get into shenanigans. I think is the best way to put it. So that's one of them on my bucket list. I'd like to get on that show. The other one is I'd like to audition for a movie or a TV show, right? As an actor, I just want to audition for something. I feel like everybody has that mindset. Like I could act, I could do this and I could do that. And it's hard as hell. It's hard as hell. It's not easy to do, but I'm like, and I've thought that before. I'm thinking, oh my God, I'd be funny or I could be dramatic. I could do all these things. In reality, I probably can't do it very well, but I'd like to at least audition and see. Maybe it turns into something, maybe it doesn't. And if it doesn't, I don't care, because it's not like I'm saying I have to be an actor to live and support my family. No, it's a bucket list thing. I'd like to audition for a movie or a TV show. Now, living here in Houston, probably not the easiest thing to do. So maybe when things go back to normal, I fly out to Cali and I just walk in and audition. Who are you? I'm a nobody, but I'm going to read anyway, see what happens. Maybe it's that rags to the riches story of some guy just randomly flies out. He auditions for a show and he becomes famous and rich and woohoo, all his problems go away. Okay, that's probably not really going to happen because let's be honest, problems never go away no matter how much money you have. Am I right? Yes, I know I'm right because that's just the truth. But auditioning for a TV show or movie, I think would be a lot of fun. I feel like, hey, why not, right? Let's audition. Even if it's as an extra in the background. I don't care. It's auditioning. I just want to try it and see what happens. So another one is, so a couple of weeks ago, my guest was Dan Hornstein. We talked about being a stand-up comedian and all this other stuff. And I joked with him. I was like, dude, there's no way I feel like I'm not funny. I feel like I am funny, but I feel like I'm more funny, like in conversations and joking and making fun of myself. But I told him, I was like, yeah, maybe I do an open mic night and just do a stand-up, and just, even if I fail miserably, just get up there and get it out of my system and see what happens, right? Just try to do a stand-up comic, be a stand-up comic for a night as a open mic night, which, he shared his story about how those are like nobody's there except for those comics and like their families, and it's like dead silence and nobody's laughing, and you're just like, this is awkward. But I feel like that'd be fun. Why not, right? So at one point in my life, I like to stand up in front of a group of people and try to be funny. And it will either be okay or fail miserably. I feel like place your bets now. Will Ryan be okay and get a couple of chuckles, or will he fail miserably and they boo him off the stage? My money's on probably boo me off the stage, but we'll see. We'll see. So that's one of my bucket list items. I got that on there. Now this one is more of a goal. I don't know why I wrote it down, but I did. And I'm like, okay, this isn't really a bucket list item, Ryan. This is more of a goal. And I figured, hey, why the hell not? I'll still share it, And so, y'all, for those of y'all listening and watching, I have my Facebook page and I have an Instagram page. And I got a couple hundred followers, and, I feel like that I would like to get to, but I can't read what I wrote down. What did I write down? I wrote that I'd like to get to, I think I wrote that down wrong. I put 500,000 followers on both of those pages. Wow, talk about shooting for the fucking stars on that one. Okay, I feel like I wrote that down wrong. I don't know why. I probably wasn't thinking. So right now, I'm like in the hundreds. Okay, 5,000. Okay, I want to get to 5,000 followers on my Instagram page for the Gentile Life Podcast. So if you're listening and you have an Instagram, please go follow it. Go like it. Let your friends know and let everybody know. Please, it's open. Just follow it. Hey, why not, right? Get to 5,000 followers. That way I know, hey, maybe people are listening or they'll have a chance to listen to the podcast or watch it here on YouTube. And the same thing with my Facebook page. So On Instagram, it is at _Gentile_life. And then on Facebook, it is the Gentile Life Podcast. So I like to get to 5,000 followers, So again, it's more of a goal. It's not a bucket list. I get it. It's not. Plus, that's kind of if that's a bucket list, that's kind of a stupid bucket list. Again, it's a goal. Like if I don't hit it before I die, pretty sure I'm not going to lose any sleep over that, because I really, it's just a goal, I'm not losing sleep over if I don't hit it. So, but that made the list, again, realizing it's more of a goal. One thing I put learn to play the guitar. I feel like learning to play the guitar is one of the hardest things you can do. And I have a few friends that do it really well. And I feel like learning to play the guitar would be a lot of fun, because I feel like if I can learn to play the guitar, I can actually do some pretty cool things with that. Nothing remotely, that makes me whatever, like a musician, but I feel like if I can learn to play the guitar, that would be a lot of fun. And I feel like that's always on a list of people for like resolutions and stuff. They want to learn to play the guitar and they never really do it, or they try it and it's too hard and they quit and they give up. Well, look, doing a podcast is hard, okay? It's hard doing a podcast every single week and thinking of new content and thinking of something fun or entertaining or just worth even talking about, right? It's hard. It's a pain in the ass. Like, I almost didn't do this episode today. I thought, oh, God, I really don't have anything. This will be my off week. I'll just be like, hey, it's the holidays. I'm done for the week. I was like, nah, hell no. Think of something. And, of course, that's when I came up with the bucket list item. So that's where we're at. We're talking about a bucket list on the Gentile Life Podcast. What does that have to do with anything? Nothing. I just needed something to talk about, and I figured, hey, talk about a bucket list, because those are kind of fun. Talk about your bucket list. What's on your bucket list? So playing the guitar is one of mine. Another one is write like a mini movie. Write a movie. Do I know anything about writing? Nope. Do I know anything about writing a movie? Nope. Do I know anything about structure and content to a script of a movie? I mean, you can see where I'm going with this. No, I don't. So, why not try it, right? Eventually, figure it out, research it, write it. I mean, maybe you think of something and you write it, and hey, it can be entertaining for you and your friends. Why not, right? So that's on my list. Writing a movie, like a mini movie. I feel like I just thought of something. One of those Lifetime movies, right? That that series that comes out of nowhere that's on Lifetime. But actually, no, I probably couldn't do Lifetime, because Lifetime is always about abusive women, or men abusing women, or women being treated like crap, and they go home and find the love of their life. I mean, that's Lifetime. And Hallmark and all these other movies, they're very predictable. So, anyways, so I will not be writing that. No, if I ever figure it out, never gonna happen. What's the other one here? Okay, attempt to write a kid's book. I think that'd be fun. I got 2 young girls, so what would be an entertaining kid's book maybe I can try to write? So that's a bucket list item. I think that would be fun. Now, of course, I can't draw for shit, so I'd have to find somebody to draw it for me. But I feel like writing a kid's book would be a lot of fun, because when you have kids, they like everything. They love everything. Well, okay, let me rephrase that. They don't love everything, but everything catches their attention for a while. And then there are certain things that are really good that catches their attention for a long while. So whether or not it catches kids' attention for a long while, or just only my kids' attention for a short period of time, that is okay. So I will try to write a kid's book. I think that'd be fun. And then the last thing I have in there is shoot and edit a movie yourself. Again, no clue what I'm doing. I feel like I know how to shoot things, like edit and light. But here's the thing. When you're shooting a movie, it's so difficult because you can't do it by yourself. Okay? But so when I do it myself, or, shoot a movie yourself, I mean like shoot it, but have maybe some help with some friends. Like, hey, can you hold this camera or do this for me while I shoot this scene or something like that, right? I feel like maybe falls into the writing the movie. So maybe I write like a little mini movie and then I shoot it and edit it and put it out there for everybody to watch and basically say, this sucks, Ryan. What the fuck was that? I don't know. So anyways, that's all I got. I got 8 items on there. Well, technically 7, because like I said, one of them is a goal. But, I feel like a bucket list is a fun thing to write down, because it can give you something to shoot for, something to, especially with the year that we had, which I'm sure, I plan on talking about here on the show. In the next couple weeks, actually, that will be the show. So the show of recapping 2020 will be coming out right before New Year's, because why not, right? It's the recap of the year, which everybody does. I get it. Everybody does it. So, but that will be coming out. And then as far as next week goes, maybe we get the camping story in there. Maybe we don't. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. But there is one thing that I know is going to happen here soon. Okay. So we're a couple weeks out. Actually, we're 3 weeks away. We are 3 weeks away from the season 2 premiere of the Gentile Life podcast. 1 full year of doing a podcast. Oh yeah. And if you're listening, you can't see me doing my stupid dancing, but if you're watching on YouTube, hi, how you doing? This is how I dance. I can dance from the waist up. I feel like I can groove sitting down, but if you get me to stand up and dance, it ain't happening. That should be a podcast right there or an episode talking about your shitty dancing. Or actually I need to have other people on talking about my shitty dancing. Anyways, so in 3 weeks is the season 2 premiere, which that episode will show and share the story of Gentile's hair. What? Okay, I just made a rhyme. See, look at that. I can make a kid's book. We're talking about hair, and I'm going to share. So, God almighty, if you're still listening, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Anyways, so I've been documenting. I mentioned this last week. My hair's gotten very long. So if you are watching on YouTube, you can see. Here, I'll take my headphones off real quick. See, look, this is how long my hair has gotten. It's extremely long. And if you're listening on the podcast, you can see photos. Like I said, go to my Facebook page, go to my Instagram, and, you can see photos of how long my hair is. So I shaved my head on January 1st, okay? Because I had to go back to work. I didn't want to go back to work. My hair was at a spot. I was like, screw this. Boom, just shaved it right off. I think I shaved it down to a 1. Maybe it was a 0. I can't remember. No, it was a 1. It was a 1. And my hair started growing back out, at a length where I was like, okay, I probably need to start getting trimmed right around February, March. But then that's when everybody started kind of saying, okay, start working from home. So I could wear hats all the time and cover it up and everything else. And then, of course, I quit my job. And it's like, well, hell, I don't have to cut my hair. I don't do anything. I can do whatever I want. I ain't got no boss. Yeah, so I can do what I want. I'll cut your hair. Get out of here. So I didn't. So I said, all right, how long can I make it? So I'm like, okay, all I got to do is make it 3 more weeks, right? So, but the thing is, I was like, okay, what can I do that's fun with my hair, all right? Do I let it just keep going? Or do I shave it and just say, screw it, okay, I'm tired of it, let me shave it? Or do I do something fun with it? I was like, well, if I'm going to do something fun with it, I need to let you guys decide it. Why not, right? I do tournaments all the time. I did a 2-month tournament for movies. I just did a Christmas movie tournament. We're going to do an 80s movie tournament. We're going to do a TV show tournament. So why not do a tournament, right? Maybe I'll let you guys decide, right? So I'm going to have a list of options of what I can do with my hair. Leave it as is. Let it keep growing. Let it keep growing. That could be an option, right? Let's see what happens. Or I shave it. Just, whoop, it's gone. Maybe shave it into a mohawk. Maybe dye it blonde like I did back when I was a teenager, which, to be completely fair, actually, it's not even fair. It's just honesty. It looked like somebody pissed on my head. It did. And there's a photo that I have that I plan on sharing to give people a visual option. Now, of course, if the option is to dye it blonde again, I'm going to dye it, I'm going to have a professional do it. Not my wife or anybody else I know. I'm going to have a professional do it because when I had my friends do it, now again, this was high school. Everybody was doing it. Okay, let me rephrase it. Everybody did frosted tips, like in those fucking boy bands. And I was like, I ain't doing that. I decided just to dye it straight blonde. Again, I don't know why I did it. I don't remember the reasoning why. But it looked like somebody peed on my head. It was bad. It was really bad. So that's going to be an option. Or maybe dye it a different color. I don't know. I'm going to have to figure it out. Okay. So, but be on the lookout for that. So for you listening, make sure you follow the Instagram page at the _Gentile_life on Instagram. On Facebook, it is the Gentile Life Podcast on Facebook. Go follow it because I'll be posting some photos and some options and just a lot of things that you can see. Right. And then I don't know if I'm going to do it just a highest percentage wins or if I do it tournament style. I don't know, but you're going to get a chance to decide what happens to my hair, and it will be announced and shared with on the very first episode of the year. So January 6th. Let me double check that here. So I even wrote down all the dates, right, of every Wednesday. So I'm doing a weekly thing. Yeah, that's right. So January 6th, right? It's season 2 premiere and what's going to happen to my hair. And it's titled New Hair, New Me. Why not, right? Because everybody's like, new year, new me, I'm fit, I'm going to get skinny, I'm going to eat this, and I'm going to do that. New year, new me, everything. Let's put it this way. If you haven't tried to fix yourself before the fucking new year, then it's a new year, same dumbass you. Just be honest. Same dumbass you. If you scream new year, new me all the time, every year is new year, new me. It's new year, same dumbass you. Let's just be honest. Just being honest. Just being honest. And if you are the person that says new year, new me all the time, and you're listening to this, and I actually know you personally, just know I love you to death, but you a dumbass. You are a dumbass. So, new hair, new me. Season 2 premiere is happening in 3 weeks. 3 weeks. What's going to happen to my luscious locks here? My wife is a little sad because she's like, do I get a say in this? I was like, well, you get a vote. You don't get the final say in this. Actually, I get the final say in anything. And then, of course, my friend Ashley brought up a great question last week when I brought this up to her. How long do I keep it? I don't know. It depends on what wins. Like, if I have to dye my hair like some weird freaking color like orange or purple, it's not going to last very long. I mean, it might last for a little bit and then it's going away. Like, I mean, maybe a week. Now, if it's shaving into a mohawk, I don't know, maybe I'll leave it for a few months, or I leave it until it all grows back out and then I figure out from there. You know, again, I don't know. That's the point of this. I can do whatever I want when I want to do it, but I want to do it with you guys because I enjoy just hearing the feedback, you know, and people voting and just saying certain things and whether they agree or disagree. And plus, this isn't a movie. It's not a TV show. This is just about me. It's about me and what I do with my hair, which people think I'm crazy when I say you're going to let other people decide what to do with your hair. And I say, yes. God, I got the hiccups there. Because it's only hair. And like, guys, I'll be 40 next year. Okay, September of next year, I'm going to be 40 years old. And I grew this, and like my hair still grows out like great. Like, I have a lot of friends my age that they lost their hair 10 years ago. 15 years ago, they were going extremely gray or extremely bald. Okay, so I am very fortunate that my hair still grows out. So why not have fun with it? Because no matter what happens, I can always change it up. Is what it is. So, all right, so that's going to do it for this episode. I want to say thank you to anybody. I mean, for people that listen, I appreciate it. I enjoy getting to do this each and every week. Whether it's only 2 of you listening or if it's 15 or 50 or 100, it doesn't matter. You know, the bottom line is I do this because it is a fun way to just share about my life and just things going on. And, you know, I saw a meme actually that cracked me up, and I wish I would have saved it on my phone. I didn't, but I remember the gist of it. But somebody had put, you know, I wish men, what was it? I wish men would go to therapy instead of starting a podcast to work out their issues. You know, or no, something, or yeah, it was that, or it was like, it's like men starting a podcast is just their way to avoid therapy. And so I started laughing. I'm like, okay, well, I don't think I need therapy. I'm just really having fun doing this. But the response, though, it was, yeah, just like women start OnlyFans.com. And I started dying. I was like, yes. It's like you want to throw shade at men like, oh, you're doing a podcast because you're avoiding therapy. It's like, well, women doing OnlyFans probably doing the same fucking thing. I can't. I mean, it's too funny. So anyways, but guys, have a great day. Have a great rest of your week. I hope everybody's having a great holiday. Next week is Christmas. Woohoo! Don't know what next week's episode is going to be. It just depends. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Yeah, we'll find out what happens next week. Hopefully I can get my buddies on. We can talk some camping stories, which those are going to be interesting. Like I said, a handle, a jack, a tree, and a hatchet. Those things never go together very well. And I'll share that story. Yeah, so lots of fun stories. Lots of fun stories to come from those conversations. So hopefully the guys we can work that out and get on the same schedule. If not by the end of the year, for sure, sooner than later. But again, remember, go follow us. Remember, my goal, it's not my bucket list, it's my goal. Get to 5,000 followers, even though I wrote down 500,000. I don't know why I had that big of an ambition. But if I can get to 5,000, I think that'd be pretty cool at some point. Maybe by the end of the year. So 5,000 followers. But yeah, go make sure you follow us on Facebook, The Gentile Life Podcast. Make sure you follow us on Instagram, _Gentile_Life. And make sure that you follow us, because that's where I will usually post or promote or do whatever I got to do for the show. That's where it will be. Hope you guys have a great day. And for those of y'all watching on YouTube, thank you so much. Feel free to subscribe to the channel as well too. I didn't put that on my list because I just now started doing the YouTube thing. Maybe this time next year I'll have a goal for that. But for those of y'all watching, thank you for watching. As you can see, I'm in my bedroom where my wife decided to put Christmas lights in our bedroom, as we have them all around our house. Our girls love it. They just really enjoy the bright lights all over the house. So it works for us. But anyways, everybody have a great rest of your week. Next week is Christmas. Woohoo! So get your shopping in now. Make sure that you're staying safe out there, because people are fucking crazy. Every time I go out during Christmas, I feel like I'm about to get ran over and hit by all these crazy people that are trying to spread the Christmas joy, and yet they are being just evil, dumb people. So I hope you're not one of those people. I doubt it. I know you're not. Just be safe. But anyways, everybody have a great time, and we will see you next week.